evening from the Convocation Center, where the basketball means just a little bit more. We are 30 hours away from March, and that only means one thing: big-time hoops at the Convocation Center. I am Ethan Sargent, and this is the start of our Total Media Convocation basketball coverage. We have 20-plus games of basketball coming for you over the next week and a half, and we are thrilled to be able to bring you an amazing doubleheader that's starting off tonight. We've got Miami Trace versus Marietta in the 6:15 slot, and then coming up after that, it's an FAC grudge match between Jackson and Chillicothe. That one's coming up at 8 o'clock. Of course, I'm Ethan Sargent. We're going to have Jake Skurlock with us for the first game. Second game, we'll have Daniel Barnard on the call with me. We've got a great crew here with us for Total Media, and we are once again thrilled to be able to bring you this the broadcast tonight, which is presented by Visit Athens County. It's more than a place, it's a place to belong. We've got a couple of great matchups this evening, and we are thrilled to be able to bring you them. And let's start a little bit by talking about these matchups, and that gives me an opportunity to bring in Jake Skurlock, who we'll talk to here in just a second. Jake, let's talk a little bit here about these upcoming matchups and what we've got coming up over these next couple of days. We've got huge games coming up. We'll start out with this first game, Miami Trace versus Marietta. The big story for Miami Trace, not playing in this due to injury. That's a superstar due to injury. That's a superstar player, and they're going to have to find some different ways to get to the basketball tonight.
Like you said, we're 30 hours away from March, and a lot of times that means you have to adjust to certain settings and adjust to circumstances that might be a little hard. Like you said, without your best player, without your lead athlete, how can you find ways to have success? How can you stick to a game plan, and how can you find a way just to move on and give yourself another chance to win?
Absolutely, and Miami Trace coming in at 19-3. They're 10-0. They won the FAC for the second straight season with an unbeaten record. They will face off with the Marietta Tigers, who are 19-4 on the regular season. They've won 4 of their last 5 coming into this matchup. They took down Warren in the play-in round 66-60. Miami Trace took down Athens 64-42 in the last round. And again, the interesting thing now is the Convo, to be quite frank, it used to be a little bit more difficult to get to the Convocation Center. These days now, with there being 7 divisions in the OHSAA championships, it's a little bit less of a struggle to get to this spot, but that doesn't diminish how much of an accomplishment it is to get here and how big an occasion feels when you play on this floor.
Absolutely. Anytime as a high school athlete you get to play on a collegiate or professional stage, it means something. And like you said, it's such an achievement to get here for both these teams. And like you were bringing up about this Marietta team, getting hot at the right time. That's one of the most impressive things you can do at any level, is start playing your best basketball at the end of the season, peak at the right time, because right now they're a team no one wants to play. And here we are in the Convocation Center. Like you said, they got a chance to do something special on a college court.
Absolutely. These two teams did not face off this season. They do have some recent history. They played last year. Miami Trace won that game, and Miami Trace, obviously, they came here. They were in the Convocation Center last year, where they fell to Steubenville. Remember, they came in unbeaten to the Convocation Center. They came in at 22-0. They lose to Steubenville in the regional championship, or the divisional championship game, as they're going to look to try and get things out. As you hear the cheers, here come the Marietta Tigers onto the floor, as do the Miami Trace boys. And well, that's an interesting sight right there off the jump. I had just mentioned how Adam Guthrie may not be playing tonight. There he is leading the line. He's got a knee brace on his left knee, and that could be huge if he's playing tonight. He's got, again, the reports are that it is a knee injury that has kept him out of the majority of the last couple of games. Did not play against Athens back earlier this week in that game, but maybe he is going to try and play on it. Again, obviously, everybody around here knows just how talented an athlete Adam is. 4-star football recruit, off to play football for Dabo Swinney in Clemson next year on the offensive line, and is looking to try and finish out his basketball career here on a high note. But you can see, obviously, Jake, the size factor that he brings. And let me tell you, you probably haven't seen a ton of Miami Trace basketball. This guy plays with the skill of a guard on the inside.
Whenever you have a big like that who's willing to step outside the paint, dish out some assists as well as handle the ball. That is such a luxury to have as a coach, knowing that you can trust him with the ball in his hands. Late clock, late situations, he's either going to make the right read or be able to create a bucket for himself. That's something a coach will never take for granted. And if that doesn't tell you him being out here trying to give this a go, what the magnitude of this game is and what this game means to these two programs, nothing will.
Absolutely. A couple other big players for Miami, Trace. Again, if you watched us during football season, you're going to recognize a few of these names. Julian Baker is a first-team All-FAC selection. He is somebody who is right there. You see him on that layup line. Another fantastic athlete, such a star running back for this Panther squad, and he is a dynamic guard who can get to the cup in a variety of different ways. He will slash to the hoop, and he'll also step back and hit some mid-ranges as well, has a decent three-point shot to him as well.
Coaches love dual sport athletes. You keep bringing up a lot of football talent on this team. If they're able to see the floor or the field well in many different ways, that helps them in any sport that they play. Miami Trace has that here. That's a luxury to have. That helps them a lot. That's why they're the 1 seed heading into tonight.
Yeah, Guthrie averages about 16 and 10 a game, and that is a big factor to have back. Baker averaging just a little over 11 points a game for the Panthers. The other big name to know, another first-team All-FAC selection for the Panthers, is Gage Bowers, the sophomore, somebody who really came into his own on the football field, and he's really been a force on the basketball court this season as well. And I think a big thing to notice about this Miami Trace squad in general is the size. It's not just Guthrie. They've got a couple other really talented players. Ty Huffman, sophomore, been coming off the bench, playing some big minutes for them. Obviously, Baker and Bowers both stand at 6'2" tall, and then Guthrie, the leader, the player of the year in the FAC, stands at 6'8".
Size in the high school level is something that can never be overlooked. Not a lot of teams are able to have size or consistent size, especially coming off the bench. How can Marietta find a way to make those guys? It's going to be almost impossible to make them a non-factor, but how can they slow them down, and how can Marietta stay within their game plan, even though they might not match up size-wise with this Miami Trace team?
Ben Ackley, the head coach for the Panthers. Let's switch over to that Marietta squad. That's a good segue. They are head coached by Austin Gardner. The name to know is a name that basketball fans will know pretty well. Kobe Alexander. This guy is a monster, and he can make his mark very, very quickly on a basketball game. Another quick and efficient basketball player.
Like you said, quick and efficient. It doesn't get better than that at this level. Efficiency is something that can never be taken for granted, like we keep talking about. How can you find a way to get to your spots? How can you find a way to get your teammates in their spots to have success? Obviously, like we just talked about, there's some size disparity going on here. You need somebody who's going to be able to see the floor, see it in a slow way, and find ways to get others involved.
Absolutely. And while we talked about size on the Trace side, Kobe Alexander stands at just 5'9" tall. The two players that are going to really be the big competitors for Marietta in terms of their size department, Owen Riley and Zane Whittakind. You will know the last name Whittakind if you're a Marietta fan. You know how important that name is over the last couple of seasons. And then Owen Riley's just been one of the biggest leaders on this team. He's a senior. He was their top scorer last year, and he is a guy that's looking to try and finish the job for Marietta this season.
You ask a lot of coaches what's the most important thing going into a long postseason run at any level. They're going to say age. We want senior leaders who have been in this moment before, who are comfortable playing in a tight game, in a tournament scenario, who know what they're doing. That's something that you cannot overlook here, something that Marietta's going to look to, say, can we be in this game with 3 to 4 minutes left, and can we let our senior leadership get us over this hump and get this upset here in the Convo?
Absolutely. This is the 1 versus 4 matchup. The 2 versus 3 matchup is coming a little bit later on. That is Chillicothe versus Jackson. That is a fun basketball game. Jackson is red hot. They've won their last 9 games. In fact, Bodie Wolford just walked behind me a few moments ago. Another guy with a big football background who is a stud for that Jackson basketball team. He averages just about 15 and 6 a game. He was a first-team All-FAC mention as well. We've got 3 FAC teams here in the Convocation Center tonight. And then, obviously, Marietta technically, as of right now, without a conference with the Twin State League dissolving. That will quickly become, Marietta will soon become a member of the Tri-Valley Conference here in just about a year's time. I believe that they will be without a conference for next year's athletic events. And then in 2027-28, they will be joining the TVC in the new division, the TVC Muskingum, alongside fellow former members of the Twin State League in Warren and Fort Fry, as well as the Athens Bulldogs, and they may well be new members to that league, as there is obviously over a year until that league comes into fruition with the new Tri-Valley Conference. Tonight should be a big-time matchup. Once again, in case you missed our opening, this convocation coverage is presented by Visit Athens County. It's more than a place. It's a place to belong. You brought up a really good point, Jake, about experience. When you ask a coach, what is the most important notion about experience that you think is so key for these guys here playing on a big occasion in a big court like we've discussed? How do they live in the moment and play to the best of their ability?
Comfortability. That is something that is has such importance in a game like this. You have guys on both sides that have been here before, that have been in this moment, that have played in front of this many people, in front of their whole towns, who are all traveling to see them play. Comfortability. How can you not let your emotions get the best of you? How do you stay in the moment, locked in at what your mission is, at what your goal is, what your game plan is as a team, and how can you execute? Who's going to be comfortable? And we're going to find out real quick in the first 5 minutes. That first 5 minutes, you're going to find out who's comfortable, who's settled in, who's throwing that first punch, and who's going to start with the momentum in this game is such a crucial thing.
The other, and this is, we saw this affect a lot of teams last year. How big of an adjustment is it from going from a high school gym to a college gym? Obviously, you see on the screen right now the two different three-point lines that are on the line. Obviously, you've got the college three-point line, which is about anywhere from a foot to a foot and a half behind the high school three-point line. But then you don't have a lot of those backboards, a lot of those markers that you typically have in a high school gym. So how big an adjustment is that for some of these kids to have to make?
So the first thing we're seeing here in warm-ups that I love, Ethan, is that it's apparent that both coaches told their teams do not fall in love with that second three-point line, especially in warm-ups, because that can become a theme.
It's a habit forming.
Even for us at the college level, whenever we play in Cleveland, whenever Ohio University, when we play in Cleveland in Rocket Mortgage Arena, the coaches have to tell the guys, do not fall in love with that NBA three-point line, because that's not us. We need to stay within ourselves. We need to be playing from our lengths and our distances, and both teams are doing a great job at that right now. That's very important, and that shows me that they're both in the right mind. They're both in the right mind frame as teams at what they have to do. And I think the biggest thing is depth perception, especially for both shooters on both teams. You've got a lot of room, especially here in the Convocation Center. You got a lot of room behind both baskets before you start seeing stands or seats where fans will be. That's something you have to adjust to. Obviously, you're seeing a lot of shooters warm up right now, but that's something that's going to take a little bit of time, something that you could see an adjustment be made, and could see some slow shooting to start this game.
Absolutely, and that's an interesting thing. We saw it affect a few teams, especially some teams that are very typically reliant on the three-point jumper. It is an adjustment, right? When you have the basketball hoop itself, that's about about 5 yards detached, 10 yards even detached from the wall. You don't have some of your markers where on those high school gyms, sometimes it's literally right on the wall. So that is an adjustment you have to make, and I'm glad you brought up that depth perception point as well, because that's big. You have to, it's visual, but it's mental as well. It's a mental change that you have to make, and that's why warm-ups are really, really important as you get yourself right physically and mentally for games of this magnitude.
And then you find a way to relate that to the game, right? As we look, we've talked about the size comparison already. Miami Trace is like, hey, we've got the size. If we're going to have an off night shooting, some guys aren't comfortable here yet, let's find a way to get inside. Let's get on the block. Let's get some post touches. Let's find a way to work that way. And let's find a way, once we get inside, if we want to find some open shots inside out, look for open shooters, because eventually they'll start falling. You got to find a way to work into your game plan and be like, how can we get this ball inside to get some easier looks to get us going early?
Absolutely, and both of these teams, I think, aren't overly reliant on the three-point jumper. Trace are very much a physical inside basketball team. They're going to look to try and get it to Guthrie, but they have that option. Marietta is a very physical basketball team. From what I've seen of them this year, they would love to get inside and make some plays in and around the bucket, and that's why I really think this game sets up to be almost like a wrestling match. I think you're going to have some big-on-big action. Might almost look like a WWE wrestling event at times, and I know some college coaches may not love that every once in a while, but at the high school level, that can really turn into some fun basketball games.
And as a coach, knowing you have a physical team, that's got to be something you're just ecstatic for. Some guys that aren't afraid to get down there, bang down low, not afraid to box out, get in on 50-50 balls. us as viewers, I mean, I can't wait to watch a game like this.
Yeah,
this guy's giving it everything they got for the next 4 quarters here.
It is going to be a monster matchup, 1 versus 4 in the Division III Southeast East 1 side of the bracket. Of course, technically the Jackson-Chillicothe game's actually on the other side of the bracket. These 2 games as winners won't actually end up playing each other in the next round. They'll play the East winner. So, for example, the winner of this game, I believe, will play either New Philadelphia or Steubenville in the next round. And it's an interesting dynamic there.
It's absolutely an interesting dynamic. And looking a little ahead to the second game of the doubleheader here, I had the pleasure of watching both Jackson and Chillicothe this summer at Ohio University basketball summer camp. 2 teams that thrive off energy, 2 coaching staffs that are going to be standing up the whole game, going at their guys. Their guys are going to feed off that. A really big defensive battle, especially on that Chillicothe side. Those guys are going to rip into their players, and those players are going to feed off it. And they're going to run. They're going to be active. They're going to talk a little bit. They're going to get in your head. That's something that looking forward, Jackson's going to have to be able to kind of take a deep breath, be like, hey, let's play our game. Let's not let them dictate how we want to do this, what we want to do as a team, and how we need to execute.
Absolutely, and I think both of those teams in particular, thrive off runs, thrive off energy. They split the regular season series. They actually both won on the road. So maybe both teams thrive off a little bit of that playoff energy, a little bit of that, negativity that you get from some opposing student sections, opposing fans. So it'll be interesting. That game is really set up so well because they've got history. Jackson comes in, like I said, winning 9 games in a row. Chillicothe have won, I believe, 7 of their last 9 games as well. So both teams coming in with momentum, coming in with energy. And it's going to be really, really interesting to see who comes out on top in that matchup.
From what it sounds like here, Ethan, is the Convo is the place to be tonight.
It is absolutely
that's what it sounded like to me.
It is the spot to be, and like I said earlier in the open, it's the spot to be all week. We're going to have total media streams every night this week, with the exception of tomorrow night, with the exception of Saturday. Of course, you guys will be back in the Convocation Center. The Ohio Bobcats will be here facing off with the Toledo Rockets on senior night. Early congratulations to you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For being able to walk out, doing all the great work you do for the men's manager squad, and obviously big matchup for the Bobcats. But then starting on Sunday all the way through until next Sunday, we have at least 1 game of playoff basketball here at the Convo. Like I said, and like the legendary Lou Horvath will say, in just about eight or so minutes from now, it's basketball 30 in the Convocation Center. This is one of the best weeks of the year on the Ohio high school sports calendar.
And what I love is Cleveland and Cincinnati and Columbus. They get a lot of the shine when it comes to high school athletics in the state of Ohio, as they should, right? They got many great programs that you can't even name them all. But the beauty of a full day of basketball, of small schools who are committed to a certain way of playing, a certain culture, a certain team morale. Seeing that a full day of basketball of teams like that, it doesn't get better than that. Teams that are close, that are a family, that love playing for their coaches, that love playing for each other. Seeing whole towns come to the Convo just to watch, their hometown team play. There's a beauty in that, and it shows the beauty in sports, Ethan. That whenever things may be going wrong outside, always come inside and watch some good basketball.
Absolutely, great crowd. Again, for Miami Trace, this is a long trek. For Marietta, it's both teams traveling over 45 minutes. Miami Trace over multiple hours, and again, you've seen great turnouts, and we're still a little bit of ways away from tip-off. Both teams now back in the locker rooms, final coach speak, final preparation. This gives me a chance to ask you, right? You're in there with Jeff Bowles all the time. What are some of the things, like, for example, in Cleveland, right, before some of those tournament quarterfinal or semifinal games, what are some things that a coach can say to a team besides, all right, let's go out there and give it our all, because that's cliche and that's obvious. Every coach says that. What are some motivational messages that some of these coaches can share before the game?
Hey, fellas, the prep's done. The hard part is done. We've put 3-4 days or however long these specific programs have put into scouting, into learning the way the other team's going to play, into how they're going to defend, how they're going to operate on offense against these. The prep's done, guys. We've done the hard part. Can we go out and execute? Control your emotions. I know everybody's fired up.
Absolutely.
I know everybody's ready to get going, and this is such an incredible experience as a high school student. Let's control our emotions. Let's play the way we want to play, and I promise you guys, we do that and we work hard for the next 4 quarters, we'll be on the positive side of this game.
Absolutely, and we can actually, for the first time here, give us the tonight's performers, which are presented by Top Tier Customs. We'll start out with Miami Actually, we'll start out with Marietta since they're running onto the floor right now. We've got number 1, Lucas Miller. He is the 6-foot senior. It is number 4, who actually don't have 4 listed, so we'll get that in just a second. Or no, I'm looking at the wrong. I got them mixed up. Panthers on the top, Tigers on the bottom. We got number 3. We got Trey Hawkins, the senior. He stands at 6'3" tall. We've got number 10, Logan Groskalos. He's a senior. I'm telling you, they got him listed at 6'3". He's bigger than 6'3". I was seeing him warm up. He is probably sitting about 6'4", 6'5". You've got number 14, as we mentioned in the open, Owen Riley, who is 6'3". He is a senior as well. Senior dominant lineup. In fact, all 5 of these starters are seniors for Marietta. You talk about how big a feather in the cap that is. And the final starter is another guy we talked about in the open. It's Zayden Whittakind. He stands at 6'3". He is the senior. For Miami Trace, the big news is that Guthrie does not start, at least at the beginning. He is not starting as of yet. He is dressed. He does have shoes on, but he is not starting. So we'll see if he plays. We'll see how much he does end up playing for Miami Trace. The other starters are as follows. It's number 1, Baron Phipps, the sophomore guard. He stands at 6'3" tall. It is number 4. That is Gage Bowers, the first team All-FAC mentioned, another sophomore guard. He stands 6'2" tall. It is number 5, Julian Baker, the junior forward, who stands at 6'2" tall, another first team All-FAC selection. It is number 10, who is Ty Huffman, another tall player. We talked about that size. He's a sophomore forward. He stands at 6'7" tall. And then finally, number 12, Luke Armstrong, will round out the starting 5. He is a senior guard. He stands at 6'2". So no technical center on the lineup. So it's not a like-for-like replacement for Adam Guthrie, but we see a lot of teams run without a center nowadays. They go for those smaller guard, quick lineups. How does that change a team when you take, I forget how good Adam Guthrie is on the floor, but when you swap a center for a guard or a forward, how does it change your team's dynamics?
It's going to change the pace of play at which you want to go. If you get a defensive rebound, especially a one and done, look to get it out, look to get it going. Now you want to beat them down the floor. You don't want to make it a full-on track meet, but if there's opportunity to run, you want to get up and down. And defensively, look for them to possibly play a zone early, and make it a little easier on those smaller guys so they don't have to defend for as long, especially the guys who kind of maybe have a mismatch against this Marietta team, like, hey, that guy's a little bigger, let's run a zone, let's operate that way. But mainly on the offensive side, let's look to run. Let's look to run some sets where we have a lot of off-ball movement, where we're getting these guys going, getting these guys tired quick, where they have to guard for a full 25, 30 seconds, things like that. Look to see here early for Miami Trace making that change in the starting lineup.
Absolutely. Crowd is starting to fill in here at the Convocation Center as both of these teams gearing up for action. It is Miami Trace and Marietta. It's the 1 versus 4 matchup in the Division 1, or excuse me, the Division 3 Southeast 1. Like I said, we're going to have over 20 games here at the Convocation Center over the next couple, really over the next 10 or so days, starting tonight and then going all the way through next week. Divisions 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 all will be represented here at the Convocation Center over the next couple of days. We've got multiple district championships, district semifinals as well. It is going to be a loaded week of basketball here. We are thrilled at Total Media that we're going to have the privilege of being able to bring that to you guys out here in Southeast Ohio, and we're grateful that you're tuning in with us here on Total Media Sports for this matchup. Again, this is the first leg of our doubleheader. We've got 2 games. We've got Jackson and Chillicothe coming up at about 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Clock is set for about 6:10, so we'll do the national anthems, we'll introduce the players, and then we will have basketball 30, as the great Lou Horvath says, here in the Convocation Center for this Division 3 district semifinal action. Jake, what are from a player perspective now? We talked about the coaches. From a player perspective, what are those feelings in the locker room right before, or really right now, as you're on the floor? You know you're about to play in the Convo. You're about to play for a big game. What are the thoughts that are running through these players' minds right now?
Just do it for the guys standing next to you, especially in a high school setting. These two are such tight groups, and a lot of high school teams are. Do it for the guy next to you, especially these seniors saying, hey, this is my last shot. I got to go give it everything I got. I've done everything that I can over the last 3 months to put my team and for my teammates to put me in this position where we can do something special. This is it. Give it everything I got. a lot of calmness. It's not as exciting or as much emotion as you think. Just a lot of excitement.
Absolutely. We're going to step aside here for the national anthem. We're going to have playoff basketball when we come back. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
Welcome to Total Media's 2026 Convo coverage, presented by Visit Athens County.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
Welcome back to the Convocation Center, where once again tonight's broadcast is presented by Visit Athens County. It's more than a place, it's a place to belong. We're about to introduce the starting lineups here inside the Convo. That gives us a chance to give them to you one more time. Once again, these starting lineups are brought to you by Top Tier Customs. We'll start out with the 4 seed of Marietta. It is number 1, Lucas Miller, the senior. It is number 3, Trey Hawkins, the senior. Number 10, Logan Grosklos, the senior. Number 14, Owen Riley is the senior. And number 20, Zayden Whittekine is, guess what? He's a senior. It's a senior-dominated lineup. All 5 of the starters for the Tigers are seniors. Not the same for Miami Trace. They've got a couple of sophomores, couple of juniors in there. Actually, funnily enough, not a just one senior starter for Miami Trace. It is Luke Armstrong. Of course, Guthrie would have been one. He is dressed. He has got a brace on his left knee. We will see if he does play, but he is not in the starting lineup. Number 1, Barron Phipps, the sophomore guard. Number 4, Gage Bowers, another sophomore guard. Number 5 is Julian Baker, the junior forward. Number 10 is Ty Huffman, the sophomore. And number 12, Luke Armstrong is the senior for Miami Trace.
Number 10, Logan Grosklos.
As again, we can do the starting lineups, but nobody truly does starting lineups quite like the great Lou Horvath.
He's the best in the biz.
He's the best in the biz.
He's number 20, Zayden
And he eats this stuff up. He absolutely loves doing this. You see him if you ever have the chance to go down to the alley, take in some Alexander hoops. He does it for Alexander.
Introducing, wearing their home whites.
As again, Miami Trace in, as Lou Horvath said, their home whites. Marietta, the road team, as by virtue of being the lower seed, they're in their away black uniforms with the orange and white trims.
Look for these Marietta seniors to really slow this game down early. Look for them to, they're old, they've been here, they're comfortable. Look for them just to ease into this game. Look for a slow scoring start. Look for this to be, especially after that first quarter, lower scoring than you might anticipate. Marietta's going to ease their way into this game, say, hey, we just got to stick around. And then when it gets to that second half, see if they can make the final run.
There's the head coaches, Sabine Southwick, Travis Kelly, Alex Martin, Randy Welsh, and Hayden Hunter.
Big time matchup, big time feel here at the Convocation Center between two very talented, 38 wins between these two squads. Both teams won their opening round playoff matchups. Marietta actually beat Warren for the 3rd time. They played Warren, beat them twice in the regular season, and then they beat them a 3rd time in the postseason, 66-60.
To rock and roll in the Convo.
It is time, as Lou says. It'll be Zayden Whittakind, 6'3", to take the tip against Luke Armstrong, who's got a slight size disadvantage at 6'2". Surprised they don't throw Huffman up there with the 6'7" frame. But he will be off to the backside as quick stoppage there. They had to move one of the they actually had to move a rack of basketballs behind the hoop here at the Convo. And all other rules are the same for 8-minute quarters. And there is the whistle. Let's play hoops in the Convo. Game 1 of 20 across the next week and a half of basketball, and it's all live here on Total Media Sports. We're underway in game number 1. Marietta controls the tip, and it's Trey Hawkins who will bring it up the floor for the Tigers. Lucas Miller gets it back to Hawkins at the left elbow, back to Miller once again. Some quick ball movement over to Logan Grosclose.
And there's that zone from Miami Trace we talked about pregame.
Yeah, it is that 3-2 zone. They don't really have I think with Guthrie, it's typically a 1-3-1 with Guthrie kind of in that dominant interior. There's a long three, that's good. Zayden Whittakind getting it started for the Tigers. And that would have been good from the college free throw or 3-point line.
Coming out in the press here early, trying to get some turnovers.
And we get a 10-second call, and you hear the Marietta fans loving it. A lot of orange and black in this building right now, and they are loving this first 45 seconds as they get the 3 ball to start things off, and then they force a 10-second there. They looked like that was Bowers, all sorts of tied up. Now Trey Hawkins will get the basketball going once again for Marietta. Here's Lucas Miller. Back to Hawkins, these two trading hoops. There's a quick pump fake back out to Hawkins. Hawkins cutting out behind one. Now 3 from Grosclose, that's no good. Rebound bounces and Marietta secures an offensive board, their first of the game. Lucas Miller has it at the right elbow. He lost the handle. Can he hold it? He somehow gets it off. Now the 3 comes from Riley. That's no good, off the rim twice. Another offensive board and another one from Whittakind. It's a wow, it was a lot of physicality out there, but 3 offensive rebounds on 1 possession, concerning for Miami Trace.
Absolutely, and you're already seeing the how much they miss Guthrie and what he brings to the paint. They're going to have to find a way, and I know it's hard to find a body when you're in a zone to box out, but you're going to have to find a way, put a body on a body and box out. If you're going to let Marietta have all these chances, you're going to fall apart.
They did call that a tie-up. Trace had the arrow, and now we get a step out of bounds. You saw the Marietta bench spring to their feet. And then they signal that it's their ball. And yeah, it was just a big foot there of Huffman on the sideline. So another turnover for Miami Trace. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers on the backside. Good start here for the Tigers. Lucas Miller gets it back to Trey Hawkins at the top of the key. Now here is Zayden Whittakind. Whittakind all the way around to Miller. Marietta have already shot 3 3-point buckets. They made the first, missed their next 2. Now they go inside. This is a 2-pointer that's no good. Somehow the offensive rebound is secured. Another 3 ball, no good again. A 5th offensive board in the early portion of this game. Another miss. And Miami Trace is able to get it that time, and then we get a foul on Grosclose. So Marietta gets a number of opportunities, but they cannot convert, Jake.
Coach has to be happy with how they're crashing the boards and how they're getting these offensive rebounds, but finish at the rim. They've missed already probably 4 with inside of 5 feet. Got to find a way to capitalize on those. They could be up arguably 4 possessions already.
They could. They absolutely could. So missed opportunities early for the Tigers as Miami Trace looks to get on the board. They haven't even had a field goal attempt yet in this opening first couple of minutes. They'll look to change that on this possession. They get it back to Gage Bowers. He'll cut inside. Pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound to Trey Hawkins. Quickly up the floor goes Marietta. Nice ball movement and nice finish. Lucas Miller with the finish that time. Now we get a quick ball movement from Trace, and there's an and one.
Count the basket on the run.
Barron Phipps
You've got Marietta, who runs a great fast break 2-on-1. Find a way to get a quick bucket, but you got to get back.
Yeah.
Can't get beat over the top. Just simple one pass over the top. Really nice and one finish there for Miami Trace.
Well, you saw that it was Miller who made the bucket, and then it was Miller who was the one trying to get back and make the defensive play. He's the one who ends up committing the foul. So,
and then if you're Miller as well, if you're going to foul him. Don't let him get that shot up to the rim. You don't want to let that make him run from the line. Don't give him a chance to get it up there.
Free throw is good. Miami Trace shoots about 65% from the line as a team. 5-3. Good early pace to this matchup. Both teams throwing some haymakers. Owen Riley gets it back. Here's another long three from Whittekine. That one's no good. And look at Coach Ackley on the sideline for Trace. He's barking to get his team up the floor. Phipps lost the handle there for a second. Now Bowers inside, and there's Baker for two.
Just a simple ball screen.
Bowers, excuse me.
Just simple ball screen action there. Gets to his 2-dribble pull-up right there at the elbow. High efficiency shot.
You know who is amazing at that shot? You've seen this all the time. Jackson Pavletsky.
Absolutely.
He hits that shot at a clip. We've seen it here in the Convo many a time. And it works for him. There's a tip by Trace. And that will be out of bounds. It will be in the backcourt. But it did take a deflection. First substitution of the game for Miami Trace. It'll be Evan Parsley, the junior guard, checking in as Luke Armstrong takes a seat on that bench. Based on where Adam Guthrie is sitting, I'm not sure if he's going to play very much tonight.
I would not be confident as a Miami Trace fan that he's going to get in tonight. Unfortunately, if he was going to play, he likely would have been in the starting lineup.
You're seeing him almost act like a coach,
Absolutely.
right? A lot of pointing, a lot of barking on the sidelines, and probably just trying to be there for his teammates. As there's a long three, another miss, but another offensive rebound for Marietta. Now back out to the side. Here's another three. That one's good. Grayson Moat off the bench.
If Miami Trace doesn't start finding a way to get defensive rebounds, this could be a long night for them. That's the only thing they're doing wrong right now.
Here comes Ty Huffman with a three. That's no good. Rebound picked up there by Moat. A good early start for him off the bench. 6-man for Marietta. All the way across, and now a little miscommunication there as Whittekine fired it across. Moat kind of got in the way a little bit of Trey Hawkins.
It actually was a great decision there from Whittekine in a ball fake and then find a big skip, but guys weren't paying attention.
Gets it into Lucas Miller. 8-5 Marietta, 3:37 to go in this high-paced opening quarter. Now inside, got it, plus the foul. What a feed from Baron Phipps.
Julian Baker.
When a teammate dribbles right at you, that is your direct sign to back cut. That's exactly what we saw there. Great finish, too. Kind of got a lot of low contact on the body there. Found a way to get it up and in.
To the line.
That is exactly what they did, and it was Parsley with the finish. And Miami Trace can tie the game, and they do, at the free throw line. It's 8 apiece. It is loud in this building. Both fan bases showed up. And a couple of Jackson and Chillicothe fans showing up early as well. So a great atmosphere inside the Convo, as it typically is, no matter the occasion. Now, Whittekine into the corner. Gets it back. Got a 4-on-5 now. And now we get a foul on the floor.
If you're Marietta against this 3-2 zone, you got to pick the right time to dribble drive. You got to move it around first. They're being patient, but almost too patient right now. Pick your time. Find a way to find the middle of the floor.
Inside, now they get it back to Whittekine. He'll pull up from the elbow, no good. Rebound, this time secured by Baron Phipps. Phipps taking it up the floor. Phipps, jump step, floater, no good. Tips back to Grayson Moats, and he'll calm things down, get it back to Whittekine. Marietta will bring it back up the floor, 2:53 to play. Trying to slice inside now is Hawkins, got it, plus the foul. That's a 3rd and 1 in this game. It's the first for Marietta, and they retake the lead. And it was Trey Hawkins slicing to the cup for 2. He's got it, plus the foul.
Trey Hawkins, they're nothing special, just a straight line drive. Said nobody's going to stop me. Found a way to get it up, got some contact, and won.
Trey Hawkins.
Exactly what he did. Hawkins been good so far in this matchup for Marietta. He's got 2 points, 2 rebounds to his name as well. Can't get the rebound. Off another offensive rebound, and what a smart play that was from Owen Riley. He battled, was running out of bounds, and then he just threw it off of a Panther. So Marietta gets a bonus free possession.
And they've done that, not that exact scenario a few times, but 50-50 balls are going Marietta's way right now. When you're in a tournament game like this, 50-50 balls go a long way.
Absolutely. And Marietta's doing a really good job just crashing the offensive boards, causing Miami Trace problems, getting rebounds. Almost a steal there for Phipps, and then Whittakai does lose it. Now it's a 2-on-none opportunity for Trace, and it's cashed in by Gage Bowers. Bowers with 4 points. Leading the way right now for Miami Trace. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go. We are even at 10. Trace still has not yet hit a 3-point bucket. Marietta's got 2 of those. Almost another steal. They're being aggressive on those. Our Miami Trace. Here's Hawkins being defended by his opposite number, Evan Parsley. Hawkins driving inside. That's going to be a travel.
Traveling, the call.
Took one step too many.
Marietta right now not really doing anything besides swinging it on that way to find the middle of the floor or find that dunker spot behind that Miami Trace back line.
There's that slight press from Marietta. They back it off, and Trace get it over the halfway line. And there's a tip ball. They get it into Baker, and then a good save there by Bowers to keep that from being a backcourt. Now Bowers, long-range 3. That's no good. Offensive rebound secured by Armstrong, and then another 3. Is this going to be a 3-point foul? I believe it will be. I think this is going to be 3 free throws. Yes, it will.
A little strong on the closeout there from Marietta. Never want to do that. Never foul a jump shooter.
Especially not behind the free throw, the 3-point line. Barron Phipps now 3 chances. Miami Trace with a chance to take their first lead of the evening, which they do. With 1:38 to go in this opening quarter. Both of these coaches very animated on the sidelines as Phipps can't get the second one. You've seen both of them active up off their seat.
They know the intensity that it takes to win games like this and win games when it gets into March.
Phipps made the first, missed the second, and he gets the third. So 2 for 3 at the line. Miami Trace with a 2-point lead, 12-10. As Marietta now gone over 2 minutes without a basket. Zayden Whittakind had that bright start, hit that 3. All the way around, good ball movement from Marietta. There's a quick jumper, no good. Rebound to Phipps off the rebound. Now it goes up quickly to Gage Bowers. Bowers jumps up inside, good tip deflection. Now Bowers will jump. No, that won't count. It's going to be a travel.
I think that's the right call there from the ref, but let's go back to that Marietta offensive possession. That's the blueprint right there. Find a runner there on the baseline that gets behind that back line, and they get a good look. They might not have made it, but that's the blueprint they need to have in order to have success against this Miami Trace defense, where that front line of that 3-2 is pushing up beyond the 3-point line.
Try and find those runners on the backside. They haven't really been able to do that just yet. We'll see if they can. There you see the quick movement from Grayson Moat trying to make something happen. Now he has the basketball. Needs some help. Gets it in the form of Zayden Whittakind. Whittakind fires it back to the top of the key to Hawkins. Hawkins cutting inside. Tough jumper rejected by Baker.
I don't think Hawkins had to do all that. He had him beat. I think you go up strong with the right hand. He might have 2 points there. Tried to do I guess that's what they call
like
jelly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately gets rejected.
Baker, one of the most athletic players you'll see at the Convo all week. There's a long 3 that went down for half a second and then popped back out. And Miami Trace brings it up the floor, inside, looking for Baker. It's tipped away by Marietta. Back the other way goes Trey Hawkins. Hawkins gets around an initial defender, and no, he stepped out of bounds. Stepped on that baseline.
Still getting used to playing on a new court here.
Probably a little bit bigger than most high school courts as well. So you have a little bit more leeway there, but it was all taken and then some there by Hawkins, and Panthers can bring it back up, and they're in no rush to shoot the ball here. 12-10, good start. They weathered an early storm from Marietta, and now looking to try and build on their lead. Phipps gonna pull up, jumper, that's good. 14-10, 13 seconds. Marietta gotta get something. They'll have the chance to take the final shot here in this opening quarter of basketball at the Convo. Inside, Whittakind goes back out. Moat with a quick-fire three. That's no good. And that will do it for the opening quarter. Miami Trace weathers the storm and jumps out to a 4-point lead to start this one off. 14-10, Miami Trace. We'll step aside. You're listening to OHSAA Playoff Basketball on Total Media Sports.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at beliciofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares.
Second quarter underway. 14-10, Miami Trace. Marietta struggling to score. They haven't scored in the last 3 minutes of game action. Trying to change that quickly, and that three goes in and out. Marietta made their first two threes. They haven't made one since. And that's out of bounds off of Miami Trace, so they'll get a bonus chance.
Really good action there. You set a double ball screen there at the top to get that front man, who's that front line, out of the play. Found a way to get a kick out for corner three. They're running good sets now. Just got to knock down some shots.
There's a back and forth. Whittakind with a long three. That's no good. Rebound by Julian Baker. Both teams haven't been efficient from the three. That's a tough shot. And Evan Parsley gets it to go down. Kind of ran into, I think it might have been Braden Plauger on the backside down.
What a finish from him. Then he gets rewarded with a bump by opposing player on accident. Hopefully he's all right.
Whittakind will check back out. He hasn't been firing like maybe he'd like to so far in this game. Has hit 1-3.
There you go.
Good ball movement like you said. Spinning jumper. Now the finish. Got it. Plus the foul.
Now they're running the right sets. We're seeing the right stuff here from this Marietta offense. They're finding ways to get two guys engaged or get one guy engaged on the two offensive players, and they're doing the right things.
Foul charge to Barrett Phipps. That's his second.
That is a second foul on Phipps as well. That's something to note.
Riley to the strike with the bonus.
So Owen Riley will get a chance to go to the line. He had his first 2 points there of the game. Got 2 rebounds to go with it as well. Or excuse me, 2 rebounds. Can't get the shot, but he gets the board courtesy of Logan Grosklos. Grosklos inside. Riley once again. Riley looking for his spot. Can't get it off the board. Got his own rebound again, and he's fouled again. So he didn't get the and one this time, but he goes back to the line. Got a chance for 2 this time.
Probably kicking himself a little bit that he didn't get the and one. And this is continuing to be a theme that Marietta's got to make shots from the paint, especially when they're getting these open looks.
They've had a number of misses inside. First free throw is good. Got a couple of bounces off the rim, but got it to go. 16-13. Marietta right now shooting just 22% from the field. They'll need to up that number.
And that's a testament to how well they're rebounding the basketball right now, that Miami Trace is shooting 60%. They're shooting 22%. And they're down 3 in this ballgame.
Couldn't get the second free throw. Baker secures the rebound this time, so 1 point there off the bonus opportunity. Now, here goes Miami Trace back the other way, who was shooting very well from the floor, like Jake just said. Now, here's Bowers, had it poked away and eventually stolen. The poke came in from Riley, and it was Grosklos who was able to pick up the loose ball. Whittakind inside, got a 2-on-1. There's Riley, can't get the shot. and it's eventually rebounded. Now looking for Riley inside again, and this time he gets it to go. Beat up Owen Riley. We got us a 1-point game.
He's getting so many looks. He's just got to keep knocking them down, finding himself, put himself in the right spots to have success, and get himself a nice little stat sheet going here.
Inside to Baker at the left elbow. Almost had it poked away again, but Whittakind this time a little overzealous with the poke, so.
Foul charge.
Foul charge to Whittakind. That's his second.
Team first.
He will step off the floor, and coming back in for him is Clawher, who we just saw a second ago. He's standing 6'4" tall. Gonna go all the way back out to Baker, who doesn't hold on to the ball for particularly long, but he is physical and athletic. You've seen that a few times so far today. That's a tough shot, trying to get the foul there. Oh, some pushing and shoving there. Off the ball for a second between, looked like Parsley and Miller, and now somehow Riley kept the ball there for a second on the inside after falling down, but he couldn't get it to go. What a poke that was from Clawher again, and now we get a foul by Bowers. Great defense from Marietta in transition.
Like you said, apologize for that, but great set of active hands. I mean, you stop a fast break, you go from a 2-on-1 to the other team committing a foul against you, and that's what all you can ask for as a coach, to stop a fast break. Similar way we started the second quarter as we started the game. Let's see if Marietta can now convert that into a full quarter of great gameplay.
Marietta's got the basketball here now. Here is Riley. It's a 1-point game, 16-15. Back to Riley, who's been physical inside. That time he can't get the bucket to go. Good defense from Miami Trace. Now Gage Bowers going back the other way. Bowers spinning. Trying to jump through contact, couldn't get it to go. Rebound is secured by Huffman, and then he gets the second shot to go. So heads-up play there from Miami Trace's number 10, and they get on the board 18-15. Lucas Miller gets it back to Trey Hawkins. Inside to Riley, back to Miller. He'll put up a three. That's money, and we are tied at 18.
Good inside-out movement there from Marietta. Find the middle of the floor, kick out, open shooter, 3 points.
Oh, beautiful passing there, but Baker can't get the layup. It was a beautiful feed from Parsley. Now all the way back around. Quickly, Marietta for three again. This time it's no good, and soaring for the rebound was Huffman. Big missed opportunity there for Trace on that last possession, but Bowers right to the cup. Beautiful finish. 30-second timeout. We'll step aside as well. Good game unfolding here at the Convo. 20-18. Miami Trace leads it. You're watching OHSAA Hoops on Total Media Sports.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
Back at the Convo. Good game unfolding here. It is 20-18 Miami Trace. We've gone back and forth. Trace have led now for the majority of this second quarter after Marietta led for the majority of the first. But Marietta are not going down here without a fight. They had battled back, hit a big three just a moment ago.
Like you said, kind of going back and forth. You're seeing a run from one team and then a run from another. And this is a game of runs, but who can sustain it? Who can sustain it? Who can play consistently for 6 to 7 minutes at a time?
Now, interestingly, Phipps and Bowers both have 2 fouls for Miami Trace. You really don't want to pick up that third before we go into the halftime locker room with 4 minutes to go. Jump step inside, and we get a travel.
Traveling.
One step too many there from Hawkins. Marietta will turn it over. Trace with a long baseball pass to Baker, looking like a running back out of the backfield, and that is, they call that a defensive foul. Don't think he quite had the feet set there for Marietta.
And that's exactly right. He was moving. It's a great effort at trying to steal a charge, especially when you're a man down going against a fast break. But definitely the right call there. 2 shots for Miami Trace. Defensively, if you're Marietta, when you're running the press, the one thing you can't do that we've already seen once today is don't let it get beat over top.
Baker now will go to the line. Julian Baker, no points yet in this matchup. He's got 3 rebounds, and he's able to change that first part. Gets on the board with a first free throw make. Baker, another highly touted football star, a number of offers already, even as a junior right now. I'm sure he's got a big senior football season ahead of him.
For Lucas Miller.
A guy that will probably be playing some high-level collegiate football at the next level, but is very, very talented on a basketball court as well for this Miami Trace hoop squad that's done so much good over the last couple of seasons. Lewis's second free throw is not good, but a nice rebound by Huffman. He can't get it the second effort, though, and Marietta is able to pick that up. Huffman using all 6'7" of that frame right there, but not able to take advantage. There's Riley with a step through, can't get the roll, got his own rebound, gets it, plus the foul again. Owen Riley is starting to really make a difference on the inside for Marietta.
Owen Riley
got 7 points.
And he's relentless. You know, we've seen him miss some bunnies, and that happens, and that's basketball. Never lets it get to his head. He's always there grabbing the rebound, finding a way to put it back up on the rim, keeps his chin up. Gets a chance for another and one here.
Now he's 1 for 3 at the free throw line today. We'll see if he can change that up a little bit, and that one is perfect. Tied up once again at 21. These teams going back and forth here in the Convocation Center. This is Luke Armstrong bringing it up the floor for Miami Trace. Gage Bowers cutting inside, pull-up jumper at the free throw line, no good. Baker had the first touch on the rebound, but he couldn't bring it down, and Trey Hawkins does. Here's Hawkins behind the back, nice move. Going up to the cup, got it for 2, what a finish. That's elite from Trey Hawkins. Marietta leads once again for the first time since the first quarter. Trying to respond once again is Phipps. There's an unbelievable board from Huffman over the top. And Trace gets another shot at it. 23-21 Marietta, 2:55 to go. Here's Huffman. He'll pull for 3. No good, in and out. And a nice rebound there by Logan Grosclose. Has to dump it off. Trenton McVeigh now on the floor for Marietta. He gets it over to Trey Hawkins.
We're heading into a very important 2.5 minutes here of this basketball game. We're at a 2-point game. This is big for momentum heading to half.
Grosclose pulls up, no good. Got his own board, and he puts it up and in. Marietta sensing a momentum shift. They've got their largest lead since the opening exchanges. It's a 25-21 lead for Marietta. Phipps able to slide inside, can't get that floater. Got his own board, and then he's fouled. Aaron Phipps. We've talked about football a lot for Miami Trace today. He's their starting quarterback. Adam, when you talked about multi-sport athletes in the pregame, how important it is for these guys. You see it. You'll see it in the next game with Bodie Wolford.
And at any level you want, as the first free throw goes down, you want players who are good at your sport, but you also just need some guys that are just straight athletes that can fly around, that can... I'll tell you what, an athlete can grab a rebound for you, an athlete can get a steal for you. So things like that, a lot of small things are just what great athletes do.
Absolutely. Phipps gets them both. Back to a 2-point lead, 2:15 to go in this exhilarating first quarter. Not a lot of chances to breathe in this one. As Miami Trace a tight 3-2 zone. Here comes the 3. That one's no good, a little long, and Baker's able to get the rebound now in transition. Quickly up the floor goes Parsley. Didn't get the board. Couldn't finish it off the glass. Under 2 minutes inside, and Huffman gets a hand in there. Fight for the basketball, and we get, I think Phipps had a hand out of bounds, so Marietta able to steal a possession there.
If you're Trey Hawkins there, you do a great job of pushing the basketball up for Marietta, but don't leave your feet without intention of what you want to do with the basketball there. You're lucky enough to get it back here, see if they can run a good offensive set.
Looking for the inbound. They get it to Riley in the left corner. Riley gets it inside to Hawkins. Still got it, dumps it back to Grosclose. Grosclose again at the top of the key. Grosclose slicing inside, can't get it. Riley with the rebound and the finish. The offensive glass is a big difference maker for Marietta right now. And that is once again Owen Riley, 10.6 rebounds for Marietta, and they've got the lead by 4. Phipps going inside, short, and that's another rebound by Marietta. Can Phipps steal it back? It's back and forth. It's a fight for the basketball, and it's going to be a tie-up. Good effort from both squads. It will be Trace basketball. They've got the arrow, but both coaching staffs applauding the effort, particularly Marietta's.
Ty Huffman, what an unbelievable display of effort that we just saw. He was probably 3 to 4 feet behind the Miami Trace player, and he managed to be the first guy to touch the basketball. That's what you need in March. That's what you need to win games like this, to survive and advance. Those are the plays that have to go your way.
In those first round, second round games in the NCAA tournament, when you're a 13 seed trying to upset a power 4 squad in a big game, I think about that Furman, Virginia ending all the time. The effort at the end of that game where they put Kihei Clark, as Kevin Harlan said it so well, in a straitjacket, right? You don't get that opportunity to hit the three-pointer without the effort that they had there to force the turnover. So that's just a case in point example of it there. Both teams showing great effort on that last play, and we get another inbound here for Miami Trace. 1:02 to go, 62 seconds left in, like I said, an exhilarating first half here at the Convocation Center. If this is a taste of things to come, we're going to have a fun week here, as Huffman can't get that one to go, and the rebound goes to Marietta. Quickly up the floor, this is Hawkins. Tried to, again, use that jelly, didn't have it that time. And now Miami Trace could bring it back up the floor. I think he had a better look, if, like you said on that last one, if he just goes up with one of his arms as opposed to using the jelly. Now Bowers with a floater that was too short. And Hawkins this time will secure the rebound. Getting instructions from head coach Gardner on the sidelines. Austin Gardner, another very, very good head coach at the high school level.
Marietta likely holding for one shot here, content with a 4-point lead heading into halftime. They've done great in the offensive glass, as well as finding a way to beat this zone, push the basketball. Look for them here, about 8 seconds left on the clock to get going now.
Yeah, there's a quick glance back from Trey Hawkins towards his head coach. Now with 4 seconds, they'll try and run the set. Hawkins got it back, gets it up at the buzzer, that's good! Perfect end to the half for Marietta. And they take a 6-point lead into the locker room. It's 29 to 23 in favor of the Tigers. We will step aside as we gear up for our halftime, presented by Jordan Thornsberry of Key Realty Group. We'll be right back. Discuss that first half. You're listening to Total Media Sports and OHSAA playoff action.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at beliciofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
You have been watching Total Media's 2026 Convo coverage presented by Visit Athens County.
in a tournament setting, finding a way to, like I said, even when he misses, he's on that offensive glass. If his teammates missing, he's on that offensive glass. And he's finding ways to play through contact, things that you need to do in order to have success. Great first half. The question is, can he keep it up for 2 more quarters, right? He's bending down low. He's going through all kinds of different, his body's probably in pain right now. Can he keep it going for 2 more quarters to advance for this team?
For Miami Trace, leading the way right now is Barron Phipps. He's got 9 points, 5 rebounds. Evan Parsley off the bench, 5 points, 2 boards. Gage Bowers with 6 points and an assist. For Ty Huffman, he's got 5 rebounds with the tall Logan Grosclose has 5 boards, 2 points, and an assist. 3 points and 3 rebounds for the freshman Grayson Moat off the bench. And Braden Plauger has 2 points. Zane Wittkind also has 5 for Marietta. He was on the bench there at the end of the half. I think the big story, you look up at the Convocation Center video board and you see the shooting percentages. Neither team shooting the lights out particularly, but the number that glares out the most, that 3-point percentage for Miami Trace, it's a goose egg at the moment.
That, and as well as we talked about at the beginning of the second quarter, Miami Trace was shooting 60% from the field. That's how well Marietta played defensively in that second quarter, and forcing them to take bad shots, forcing them to take some contested long twos as well as some contested threes. But yes, like you said, Miami Trace without a 3-point field goal. So as a coach, you say, hey, we're down 6 without a 3-point basket. We're shooting 32%. We're in this game, fellas. When we had success, we were pushing the basketball. We were finding ways to get it up quick. But as well, it's got to start on the defensive side of the ball and getting defensive rebounds and then push that ball up. Try to make this a track race, because that's when Miami Trace was having success.
Absolutely. We're going to step aside one more time here at halftime. When we come back, we're going to go a little bit deeper into those adjustments that both teams can make here in that halftime locker room. Once again, this is the halftime presented by Jordan Thorsby of Key Realty Group. We'll be right back at the Convocation Center. You're watching OHSAA playoff basketball on Total Media Sports. We welcome you back in here on our stream. Apologies for those slight technical issues, but our great stream crew behind the scenes able to get it fixed. And we should be back with you live here at the Convocation Center. It's 31-23. Just one bucket missed during that slight timeout, as it was a nice bucket from Groslos, and now we're going to get a chance for Miami Trace to break their duck in the second half. Again, we're over 3 minutes into this second half. Miami Trace without a bucket, but Marietta with just 2. So a slow scoring start here for both teams.
For sure, and that's a little different than what we saw from the first 2 quarters, especially for Marietta, who had 2 quick starts to the quarters. Miami Trace, but they're just taking a lot of tough twos. Marietta's forcing them in a lot of tough twos. It's taking them out of the rhythm of their offense. Obviously, as we just saw, the first free throw missed. They're going to have to find a way to get downhill, get to the hoop, inside out. Go back to your principles, right? You're never too old for inside-out basketball. You're never too old to work around the arc, to find open 3, anything like that, just to get going.
Bowers gets that one to go, 21-34, or excuse me, 31-24, almost. third time's the charm. Marietta's got the lead by 7. Football score at the Convocation Center. Here's Hawkins. He's had a lot of the basketball tonight for Marietta. Fires it inside to Riley, and he's fouled. Let me tell you, Owen Riley is just using his size to such great effect down there, and I have a feeling that Adam Guthrie is watching this game and thinking about how great that physical battle could have been. But again, Miami Trace's Adam Guthrie, the Player of the Year in the Frontier Athletic Conference, sitting on the bench right now. He's dressed, but he's got that brace on his left knee. Does not appear like he's going to play in tonight's game.
For sure, him not playing as the first free throw goes there for Riley has such an impact because Riley is comfortable right now. He's comfortable playing in tight spaces because he's matching up size-wise just fine. He's just fine with what's going on. He's showing great patience, especially on that one there. Pump fake, got him in the air. He's playing against guys that aren't used to being in this situation, and he's taking advantage of that.
Riley was such a big part of this Marietta team last season. He's continued to blossom and grow this year. And he's got an opportunity here to extend the lead. He can't quite. He hits the tip, and it almost went in. That would have been 2 points instead of 1, but can't get it to go, so it goes 1 for 2 at the line. 32-24. Here's Baker with a nice 1-2 inside. Good ball movement. Hoffman gets the roll off the glass. We get a timeout. Miami Trace, 30 seconds. We'll stay right here through this timeout. And that gives us a second, obviously, while we fix those tech issues. We didn't quite get the chance to discuss what some of the things that either team could adjust in the second half. Let's start off with the team in front right now, Marietta. What can they stand to improve with and continue to work through right now with the lead in this matchup?
Continue to work that zone that Miami Trace is running defensively. Around the arc, inside out, find ways to dump in, get it inside the block, and take good shots. When you have a lead like this, it's such a low-scoring game. It is imperative to continue to take good shots. You do not want to settle. You want to get the best shot possible, especially with no shot clock in the state of Ohio. You can take your time a little bit. And if you're Miami Trace, you got to do what you just did. You got to move the basketball better. It's too stagnant. It's too much one-on-one. There's not enough movement with the basketball. We just saw a great possession. It was a little tic-tac-toe, easy layup. Let's see if they can get some momentum off that. Good time out there from Coach. See if they thrive on it. See if they may throw the next punch here.
Here comes Marietta trying to keep their noses in front. It's a 6-point advantage right now, 32-26. They lead it over Miami Trace. Again, just the start of our Convo basketball extravaganza over the next week and a half, all the way through until next Sunday on this Friday the 27th. Again, we are counting down the hours here until March. Best basketball month of the year.
And it's not close.
And it's not close, I agree. As we get ready for a great end of the college basketball season as well as the action here at the Convo. And there's another great example inside. Trey Hawkins for 2.
Great patience there for Marietta. Work it around, almost lull them to sleep, and then take your chance drive. Good finish inside 2 feet in the paint. It's exactly what the blueprint needs to be here in this last 11 minutes of gameplay for the Marietta.
Absolutely. They've got their tied for largest lead of the game with 8. Right now, Miami Trace haven't found that scoring touch. Phipps comes up short. Rebound is secured. And then we get a walk. So they moved with the basketball on the floor.
And they're going to call a travel there, but Miami Trace has to stop falling in love with taking these long twos. It's statistically the least efficient shot you can take in basketball. 2 steps inside of 1 step inside of the 3-point line doesn't really do you any good. They got to find a way to get to the hole or shoot, catch, and shoot threes. Just
Absolutely.
like that right there.
There is a catch and shoot 3. Again, Miami Trace have not made a 3 in this game. Now Riley, Marietta crowd wanted a foul there on Parsley, was not called. Marietta moves it up the floor anyway. Step through, jumper no good. Riley with the offensive board, got it, plus the foul. And look at how much it's fired up, Owen Riley.
Owen Riley is going to get his flowers tonight. It didn't even seem like he was in the play there. He fell over 93 feet from the hoop, found a way to get in the paint. 2 hands on the ball, finish and 1. I mean, he's doing it all tonight, Ethan.
Shooting the bonus.
13 and 8 for Owen Riley. Very much in double-double territory with just a couple of boards needed for that. With 2:55 to go, first double-digit lead of the game for Marietta. And they bump it to 11, 37-26. Tigers shooting 34% from the field. in this matchup. Now inside goes Bowers. He couldn't get it. Hoffman secures yet another offensive rebound. And now a nice give and go. Hoffman will go, and he will get the foul. 2 shots incoming for the sophomore, Ty Hoffman, as he comes up limping a little bit on that right side. He looks okay, though.
Good give and go there from Hoffman. Gave it up, and then he back cut immediately, got the pass. Way to go up strong with it. Big 2.5 minutes. I know we said it at the end of the second quarter, but you're kind of in that no man's land of 11 right now, where Miami Trace needs to find a way to get back in this game, where it gets to 16-17, all of a sudden you're kind of far out of this game with only a quarter left to play. So big 2.5 minutes here as Hoffman makes the first free throw. You got to find a way to get stops. You got to find a way to slow down Owen Riley, put a body on him and box him out, and do right things here and keep them in this basketball game with a chance to win it in the last quarter.
5.6 rebounds for Hoffman. Julian Baker hits the bench. He's got 4 personal fouls. So I don't imagine we'll see much of Julian Baker here until we get into the fourth quarter, with just 1 foul needed for him until he is done for the night. Hoffman made the first, 37-27 with 2:38 to go. Marietta looking for the 4-1 upset. Hoffman can't get the roll on the second one, and that's going to be off of Marietta. So a good effort there by Phipps. Forced that one out of bounds off the Tigers. And he will take the inbound here. A possession stolen away by Miami Trace. 2:37 to go. Phipps sends it all the way back out. And now nobody defends that backside, and they get a foul. It was a good effort there from Grayson Moak to try and catch up to the play. But Parsley noticed an opening and took it. And he'll go back to the line for a couple of free throws.
And no easier way to get back into a ball game than shooting free throws. Clock stopped. Shooting 2 free throws. They're called free throws for a reason. Got to knock them down. Easy way to get back in the ball game.
We'll have another.
As the first one misses.
First one is no good. As Jake said, Miami Trace going to need to come back in. They've only lost 3 times this year. And their last loss was their worst loss. It was back on February 20th where they lost to a very good Unioto squad, 63-35. That game was without Adam Guthrie. Back the other way now go the Tigers after another miss. And, that one was halfway down, and they don't get it. Now they secure the offensive rebound. Somehow Hawkins able to get it and spins for the finish. Trey Hawkins really starting to come alive as well in the second half. That score puts him into double digits, 10-5 for him. Now Bowers rejected by Hawkins, got his own board, and puts it up, and he gets fouled. Another trip to the free throw line for Miami Trace, but they've made just 1 of their last 4 free throws.
And when you're getting the line, you got to knock them down. It's what's keeping them in this game right now, because they're not stopping Marietta at all from getting on the offensive glass and finding putbacks. They got to start knocking these down, keep them in this ball game, stay within striking distance.
Bowers able to buck the trend a little bit. Gets that board there. Baker now will come back into the game. He's got to be careful with the 4 personal fouls. Cannot afford another one. Owen Riley will also head to the bench. He's got 3 personal fouls, so something to keep an eye on as well. The other player in this game with foul trouble at the moment is Lucas Miller, who's got 3 fouls for Marietta, 5 points, 3 boards for him as well. And the Tigers will go back to work. Both of those free throws were made by Bowers. Big couple of points there for Miami Trace. They need every point they can get right now. Down by 10.
They need every point they can get, and they need stops. They need stops. It's just killing their momentum, giving up offensive rebounds and putbacks. They got to find a way to sit down defensively.
Here's Trey Hawkins cutting inside. No good the first time, and Miami Trace able to get the rebound. Ball hit the floor, which is rare off a rebound, and now miscommunication there between Phipps and Bowers causes a turnover. Bowers started cutting, I think, as Phipps passed the ball.
Little miscommunication there. Sometimes when a guy starts dribbling at you, you don't know, do I stay, do I go? There he went, and the point guard wanted him to stay, and just like that, a turnover.
Inbounding here will be Logan Grosclose. Gets it in quickly to Lucas Miller. Marietta haven't shot a 3 yet in this second half. Neither team has made a 3 in this second half. And now almost losing it and getting it on the floor. We do get a travel.
Traveling, the call.
Trace Faithful likes it. Marietta Faithful not as much.
And if you're a Tiger fan, you want them to be patient. You want them to find the best look, but don't be stagnant. Patience and stagnancy are two different things. You still got to move that ball around and look for the best shot. You can't just dribble it out.
39-29, minute 16 to go in this matchup. Bowers pull up at the free throw line, got the roll.
Pull up for two.
39-31, Miami Trace. Well, now there's a quick foul by Hawkins. And that is the last foul Trace had to give. Almost a complete disaster. If that was one more foul, would have sent Marietta to the line. We're going to get a full media timeout here. Full minute, we will step aside as well. 39-31, minute and 7 seconds to go in this third quarter. You're watching high school playoff basketball in the OHSAA on Total Media Sports.
This factory has walls, but there's no ceiling.
Here, my ideas matter.
Join a team where you can use your unique talents to grow both personally and professionally. Apply today at belisiofoods.com/careers. That's BELLISIO foods.com/careers.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
That's a really, really good drive. Patience, give them on a pump fake, and finish there for Miller, especially when they needed a bucket. Miami Trace is creeping back into it. Big time bucket there for Miller when they needed it.
Back to a double-digit lead for Marietta. Here's Phipps inside. At the right elbow. Jump step inside. Now pull-up jumper. No good off the front of the rim. Baker with a tough board and finish. If they're going to get back into this game, they need Julian Baker to get hot. That's a start. And it's a 41-33 lead, 20 seconds to go. Marietta Faithful wanted a foul there, didn't matter. Trey Hawkins off the glass. The Tiger offense has gone to work in this third quarter. Now, Bowers back the other way, doesn't get the roll. 5 seconds. Quickly, got to shoot it. 2 seconds, 1 second floater, no good. Rare you say floater from the three-point line, but that's kind of what it was from Trey Hawkins. And Marietta leads it by 10. Miami Trace have 8 minutes to save their season. We'll see if they can do it when we come back. You're watching high school basketball on Total Media Sports.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs, the top shelf of vehicle uplifting.
Fourth quarter on tap here in the Convo, presented by Visit Athens County. It's more than a place, it's a place to belong, as Miami Trace needs to get things going offensively and fast. They trail by 10, 43-33. Here's Phipps with a long shot. That's no good. Or excuse me, that was Bowers. Rebound was picked up by Riley, and that will put him into a double-double. 14 points, 10 boards, and an assist for Owen Riley. What a great performance from him.
Great night for him, absolutely. And those are the looks that are going to have to start falling if you're a Miami Trace fan. Marietta now needs to show some patience.
Riley inside. Baker's got the 4 fouls. Can't get the roll that time. Baker, great job defensively there and boxed out for the rebound. Quickly up the floor go the Panthers. Here is Bowers looking inside for Baker, and we get a foul on Riley, and that's a 4th. Gotta be careful. Can't afford to foul out at this key juncture in the game. Couple of players in some major foul trouble now. A couple of guys are going to be going at each other in Baker and Riley. And Riley will step out here for a few minutes, you'd have to imagine. Coming in is Trenton McVeigh, the 5'10" junior.
It's a big, let's say, 3-minute junction here for Miami Trace with Owen Riley on the bench. This is when you got to make your push. This is when you have to make your run and get back in this ball game.
Absolutely they do. Inside to Huffman, who might be a big part of that, the sophomore. Baker, top of the key now. Bowers, back to Huffman. Miami Trace still no threes. A long shot from Huffman there. That doesn't get anything.
Coach asking for a foul there on the contact. I'm not here to talk about that. We need shot selection here for Miami Trace has to be a little better. 2 dribbles, 3-point pull-up. It's not the recipe for success at this point in the game.
They still trail by 10 as we tick under 7 to play. 6:53 and counting. Nice spinning move to the cup, and he just can't get the roll. It was Hawkins with a beautiful take. Everything but the finish. Now back the other way goes Gage Bowers. Bowers trying to take over, and he gets it off the glass. They're going to need him to step up too. And that's a big start for Gage Bowers, who now has 13 for the Panthers, leading the way for them. Now to the cup, and they're going to get a foul. Whittakind, who's been kind of quiet in this second half, with a nice take, and he will head to the charity stripe for 2.
Said quiet tonight, which is true, and you realize Owen Riley's on the floor. Hey, this is where I got to step up. I have to be the leader on this floor. Great take there, 2 shots at the free throw line.
He'll now have 2 free throws. Can't get the first one to go, and this is where you find out, right? It's so key late in these games. You have to make your free throws. You see it at every level of basketball, from the NBA Finals all the way down to the Tri-Valley Conference. You have to make your free throws. Whittakind does the second time there, extends it out to a 9-point lead. The 3-possession game now for Miami Trace. Spinning, nice job and a nice finish from Bowers. Gage Bowers, 15 points, 2 boards.
He's starting to heat up a little bit now.
Absolutely starting to heat up, and Miami Trace starting to sense maybe just a little bit of momentum, kind of like Marietta did in that 3rd quarter. They're going to need a run like Marietta had as Whittakind tries to jump inside. They're going to give it to him, plus, no, they're going to turn it over. Looks like there was a kind of a visual conference there between the officials. They didn't know whether to give that. The ball did go down, and then I think they eventually made what I think was the right call, which was that he took an extra step. So now Miami Trace with a chance to cut the lead as low as 4 on this possession. That would require them hitting a 3, which they have not done all night. Bowers trying to change it right here, and he gets nothing. And that's been the struggle, and you see the Miami coaching staff over there on the far side of your screen just
because it's twos that have gotten you back in this game. It's getting to the hole that's got you back in this game. Don't change that. You've got it from, at one point it was 12, now you're back to 7. You keep doing what you were having success with. Continue to look for these Marietta seniors to make the right decision here.
Inside now, this is one of those seniors, Groskalos to another Whittakind. And a turnover. Whittakind and Hawkins didn't quite have the giveaway, and then Whittakind steals it right back. And honestly, it ends up being a relatively smart foul by Huffman. He wouldn't have known much about it, but he ended up stopping what would have been a free 2 points for Marietta. So foul there on Huffman. That is a third on him.
If you're Marietta, you got to take better care of the basketball. The way to let this team back in really fast is turning the ball over. And, sorry, a little mishap from the ref there, throwing the ball inbound. You cannot turn the ball over. You got to take care of it. You got to make sure you get a shot every possession. And if you don't, you're going to let Miami Trace back in it quickly rather than making them work for it.
Absolutely. And right now, feels like it is on that knife edge. But if Miami Trace can stack a couple of those stops and runs, this could be a whole new ball game. And now we're going to get a timeout, Marietta. Don't hate that from Coach Gardner. Just reset a little bit. We will step aside for 30 seconds as well. Don't go anywhere. OHSAA playoff basketball at the Convocation Center is live on Total Media Sports.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs.
You have been watching Total Media's 2026 Convo coverage presented by Visit Athens County.
(44-37), 5:02 to play in the Convo. Marietta leads it. Miami Trace trying to gain that momentum to get back into it. This is the place to be. Great game coming down to the wire here, 7:24 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got another game coming up right after this one. It is Chillicothe and Jackson. That one will be at 8 o'clock. Neither team has hit a three-point bucket in the second half. We haven't had a single made three in the second half. Miami Trace hasn't made a three all game. Marietta's hit a few in that first quarter. Whitacon tried to go to the cup, and I think they're going to say this was deflected off of Miami Trace. Yes, they will. Whitacon kind of looked bewildered that there wasn't anything called, that there was no whistle there. Seems like that's usually where you see those fouls called, with the contact towards the hand of the shooter.
How much longer can they keep Owen Riley on the bench and sustain offensive success? They're not having some trouble. They're getting the hoop, but they're not finishing. They got to put this team away while they can.
Now Whitacon trying to back down Huffman. Good ball movement. Passing up the three there was Miller. Now Miller cutting to the hoop. Back out to Whitacon. Whitacon top of the key now. This is Trenton McVeigh. McVeigh goes all the way back to Hawkins. Hawkins, a guy that can go one-on-one. He'll try and take on Bowers, try and take on a couple, and they get the foul on Bowers, and that is I believe a third foul on Bowers. Yes, it is.
What a great take that is. You have an offensive possession that's really doesn't look like it's going anywhere, and he's like, I'll make a play. I'll make a play, clear out, I'll make a play. Gets downhill.
Got four guys on him at one point there, and he finds a way to get to the cup, draw a foul.
Absolutely.
At this strike, he will have two.
So we have a stoppage and play. This convo getting more and more full as the second game. Fans for the second game.
Plenty of blue filing in towards our left. Chillicothe, and plenty of red for the Ironmen of Jackson on our right. Again, those two teams have seen plenty of each other. They've already played twice this season. It'll be a third matchup here at the neutral site of the Convo. We'll have that one live for you at 8 o'clock. Myself, Daniel Barnard, will be on the call for that one as the free throw goes down. Like we talked about just a minute ago, big free throws here. You have to make as many as you can here for Marietta. With this lead, you can't afford to leave points on the floor. As both go down from Hawkins. Big free throws there. 14 points, 6 boards for Trey Hawkins. What a great performance from him as well. He matches Riley in the points tally. Now Baron Phipps will try to go to work inside. He'll dump it off to Bowers. Nice shot fake. Now he'll pull for three. No good short. Rebound to Baker. Now another three. Got it! For the first time all game, with 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, Miami Trace has made a three. And all of a sudden, it's a two-possession game. It was Luke Armstrong who hit it. We will step aside as it's a full minute timeout. You're listening and watching a great game at the Convocation Center in the OHSAA playoffs, and you're watching it live on Total Media Sports.
Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
You have been watching Total Media's 2026 Convo coverage presented by Visit Athens County.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with
Back here at the Convo, it's 46-40. We are getting into crunch time, and Miami Trace starting to heat up finally. First time all game, they've made a three-point bucket. They're 1 of 11 from beyond the arc. Finally got one on that last possession, courtesy of Luke Armstrong. When they needed it the absolute most. Marietta trying to respond with 3:38 and the clock ticking here in this game, coming down to the wire at the Convocation Center. There's a steal by Phipps. Back the other way, going Miami Trace, and another steal, and they get a foul on Whittakind.
I think that's a little bit of a bailout there call from the ref. If you're Bowers, I know you've been the man here tonight for your team, but give it up. Give it up. You got numbers going forward. Get the ball up quick. Don't play hero ball. Be smart with it. You're the leader of this team right now.
Bowers will inbound, the sophomore, so talented. Played a lot last year as a freshman for the Trace squad that was unbeaten here when they headed into the Convocation Center. What a feed to Baker, and he gets it to go, and just like that, it's a 4-point game. The lead was as large as 12. It is down to 4. Now Marietta, a little bit of half-court press here for Miami Trace. Marietta gets through it. Riley back in the game here with the 4 fouls. Back inside to Riley. Had a great feed, losing it and somehow keeping it in behind the back. What an effort there from Grosclose.
Not to mention it went right to his teammate.
It did, and now we do get a foul. And that is the last foul that Miami Trace had to give with 2:57 to play. Keep that in mind.
Remember that save, Ethan. That could be a crucial play. That was impressive.
It was a turnover waiting to happen. It was a great find by Riley. The pass was just a little strong for Grosclose, and he did an amazing job to even keep it in at all. Now they get it back into Whittakind. The half-court pressure. Phipps trying to take it away. Trouble, and he throws it away. This half-court pressure from Miami Trace is causing Marietta major issues in the front court.
Marietta's got to avoid those corners of that half court and that straight top of key right past the center court line. Got to find the right spots and find the middle of that MAC logo.
Momentum is a fickle thing, and right now it is firmly on the side of the Panthers. There's a give and go to Bowers. Got it. 2-point game. Timeout, Miami Trace. 2:36 to play. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll stay here. What's been the adjustment over the last 4 or 5 minutes that has gotten Miami Trace back into this game, Jake?
Their defensive intensity has went from about a 5 to a 10. They're starting to press right as that ball crosses center court. They're trapping. They're getting the ball out of the guards' hands, forcing the big men to make the reads, make the passes, and it's turning into turnovers. As well as, look what we just had, a give and go. We're seeing some movement without the basketball as well as pushing the basketball. Shots are going. When it's going good, it's going great, and here we go. 2.5 minutes left, 2-point game. Doesn't get better than this.
You couldn't ask for it as a broadcast team. You couldn't ask for a better setup here. 2-point game, 2:36. This is where you find out just how good you really are in these key moments. Both of these teams, 19 wins on the season. Win number 20 would be crucial and would send them to a district championship game. Miami Trace faithful loud in that far corner. Marietta faithful responding in kind here on the near side. Marietta, big possession here to try and extend it back to a 2-possession game potentially. Here is Hawkins. Good defense for Baker. They wanted to travel there. Did Trace? Didn't get it. Hawkins at the top of the key again. All the way back out. This is Miller. Pump fake. Back to Hawkins.
2 minutes.
2 minutes to go here at the Convocation Center. Hawkins cutting inside, lost it. Riley with the rejection by Phipps. Now Baker going back the other way. 2-on-1 opportunity. To the cup goes Gage. Bowers, and it's rejected by Riley. Oh my goodness, what a play. 46-44. Now quickly up the floor, putting it up as Hawkins got it. What a sequence in the Convocation Center. Hold on to your hats.
What just happened?
Oh my goodness.
We had such a phenomenal defensive play by Miami Trace with the block, and then they're pushing the ball. And Marietta on the other side says, we'll give it right back to you. What a block there.
I mean, that's the sequence of the game right there. What an unbelievable play. We'll step aside more so we can catch our breath than anything. But we'll be right back at the Convo. 1:38 to play. Don't go anywhere. What a game on Total Media Sports. .38 to go. Marietta leads it by 4. What a sequence there just a moment ago. Miami Trace with a chance to potentially tie the game. Rejection by Riley, and in transition they were able to get the 2-point beautiful finish by Hawkins, who now leads the way with 16 points. Now Baker going the other way, and he is fouled, and that's on Riley, and if it's on Riley, he is done for the day. They do get it on Riley, and that is a monster foul out. And the crowd rises to its feet for Marietta, appreciating a great performance from Owen Riley.
What a great night for him. What a kind of a sour ending to what was a great night for him. Now Marietta's got to find a way to just get a win without your guy who's been the guy of the night. It's got to start here, boxing out if a missed free throw, take care of the basketball.
2 shots.
Now big free throws incoming here for Julian Baker. And he can't make the first. Second is no good either, but an offensive rebound by Phipps, and he is fouled. And that's on Whittekind, and that's going to cause him to foul out as well if they get it on him. That is a 5th foul on Whittekind. I don't think he knows yet.
Team fourth.
Now he does. So 2 back-to-back just brutal foul outs for 2 key players for Marietta.
And these foul outs mean nothing if you can't knock down the free throws. You can never replicate what it's like to be shooting a free throw in the last 2 minutes of a close ball game in practice. You can try, but you can never exactly replicate it and replicate the feeling. You just got to step up to the line, knock down 2 shots here, or these foul outs of 2 crucial players mean nothing.
Absolutely. As Baker went 0 for 2 that last one, Phipps now misses again. Still 48-44. You have to make your free throws, and now for Marietta, you gotta grab the rebound here. And watch the crashes on the outside here. Watch Bowers and watch Parsley on the crash at the bucket. And this one does go down off the back bumper. 1:23 to go. It's a 1-possession game. Here's the press from Parsley. Got to get out of there, and they get a foul on Phipps. And that is going to send Marietta to the free throw line, and more so than any game, I think you're going to see it in this one, just how crucial free throws are. Miami Trace went 1 for 4 in that sequence. Marietta can make their shots here. They can end up with a net advantage out of it.
And this is who you want at the line. You want Trey Hawkins at the line, shooting 2. He's been great tonight, especially last 2 that he shot, he made. First
one is good. And As again, you're probably seeing
such an important trait of a guard who is handling the basketball late game. Can he knock down free throws? He's been great.
17-6 for Hawkins. He has been fantastic, especially in the second half. He's gone up a gear in the second half. And he can't get the second end, though. Oh, almost a turnover there off the head of Baker. He knew nothing about that. Luckily for Trace, it bounced right back to Bowers. Now they get it all the way around. Here's a long-range three, no good. Bowers can't get the board. It is picked up by Armstrong. Now picked up once again, and they get a foul. A couple of huge boards. Huffman got a board. Armstrong got it back. And now it will be Armstrong who will go to the line. And again, we sound like broken records, but it's true. We are back here once again. Free throw extravaganza at the Convocation Center. And another miss. Both teams in the bonus now, so we are shooting two the rest of the way.
Marietta, sorry about that. Marietta, you got to box out here. You just gave up a bunch of offensive rebounds to put yourself in this position. Don't let it happen again. That's how you close out a basketball game.
Armstrong's second shot is no good as well. Tough board, and it's picked up. Nice rebound by Hawkins, and a quick foul by Phipps.
Who else but Hawkins? Finding a way to get two hands on the basketball, bring it down, send himself to the line again. Not essentially ice this game, a lot of ball game left, but continue to grow that cushion.
So now he will go right back to the line where he was 1 for 2 on that last one. We are under a minute now, 57.9 to go, as both Chillicothe and Jackson are waiting in their opposing tunnels, getting ready for their game by watching a great finish here. First free throw made by Hawkins. 18 points.
And if you're watching this great basketball game, you got another one coming up right after this. Might as well stick around. You got two teams ready to compete.
Might as well, both. If this game is any sort of indicator of what we're to expect here over the next couple of weeks, or next couple of days here at the Convo, we're in for a fun week. Second free throw gets the roll off the front of the rim. Trey Hawkins, 19 points, 7 rebounds. Gage Bowers with the lead up to 6 for Marietta. Bowers cutting, tried to get it off the side of the backboard. Marietta gets the rebound. Get it out of pressure now. They get it into the arms of Plauger. And then we get a foul on Groskolos now to the line. And the Marietta faithful starting to sense momentum swing back their way with 41 seconds to go.
Comfortability. Let's go back to the pregame talk we had. Comfortability in a close game in a tournament setting means so much. Trey Hawkins, great job.
Groskolos at the free throw line. He's made it, and that's been a big difference as well. The free throws.
Absolutely. They've been here before. They've been in these situations. They know what it's like. They're knocking down these free throws. They're icing this game. It matters.
7-point game now. Both made by Logan Groskolos. Little fist pump there at the end. He knows just how important those buckets are. As quickly down the floor, Bowers, and they get a foul. That was a very nice jump through. And they got a foul. Not sure who they're going to get this one on. They're going to get it on Hawkins. That's a third foul on Hawkins. Nobody above 3 right now on the floor for Marietta. Trace has 2 players on the floor with 4 fouls, Baker and Bowers. So both of those guys, again, 2 of the big stars for Miami Trace, have to be careful. Bowers gets up to 18 points there with that free throw. Second free throw is also made. 5-point game, or excuse me, 6-point game. Once again, 53-47. Marietta will have the basketball. Still a 2-score game, but again, Miami Trace made just 1 3 in this game, shooting just 7%. Now they get it in quickly, and they get a foul, and it will be a new person to the free throw line. It's Lucas Miller. And Marietta's done a very good job at making their free throws.
And Miller steps right up ready to shoot these free throws like he's been here before, like he knows what he's doing. This is where he wants to be.
Lucas Miller, double bonus.
Big time shots coming up here. You need them both. First one is good. 35.9 to go. Miami Trace will have to keep pushing the pace as they keep checking Baker in and out, trying to preserve him as well as Bowers, with both of their stars for Miami Trace holding the 4 fouls. Second free throw just rims out. They had made their previous 5 before that. Quickly up the floor. This is a deep 3. Got it! What a nail shot from Gage Bowers. When they needed it the most once again. It's a full media timeout. This game is not over yet. 54-50. What a big shot that was as we gear up for more hoops. 30 seconds to play. This is OHSAA playoff basketball on Total Media Sports.
Locally owned and proud to serve Jackson, Ohio, Top Tier Customs is here for all your vehicle needs. From expert car wrap to general maintenance and precision alignments, we do it all with pride and professionalism. Whatever you drive, we'll keep it looking sharp and running right. Call 740-577-0011 today to schedule your appointment. That's 740-577-0011. Top Tier Customs.
You have been watching Total Media's 2026 Convo coverage presented by Visit Athens County.
(54-50). Crowd is loud in the Convo. A lot of blue and red filling in as well as we get ready for that second game, but they're getting a phenomenal appetizer here. Between the 1 and 4 seeds in this bracket, Marietta and Miami Trace. And it's the 4 seed who are currently on top. And now a quick trap by Miami Trace, and
it's a good timeout.
We get a timeout. It'll be a full timeout. We'll stay right here for this one.
It's a full timeout.
Again, I think that was Lucas Miller, who is in deep trouble on the baseline. And that is Marietta's final timeout of the game. Miami Trace has 1 timeout remaining. What are some good inbound plays in situations like these when you know a team is trying to force a turnover or at the very least get a quick foul?
So usually you have 2 guys set up right around the free throw line. You'll have them go opposite directions or one set of screen for the other, and then go opposite to try to get 2 defenders split. If that doesn't work, you want to start a guy about half court, have him crashed right to around where the MAC logo is, the free throw line-ish extended to find another third option. If that doesn't work, kind of just send it long. But if none of those work, once you get it in, you also want to kind of have your other guys clear out. You want to try to make it a one-on-one and just let him execute if you want to avoid the trap as best you can.
See what Marietta's got cooked up. They've got 2 players right around the halfway line now, and now they try to get some screens rolling. We're going to get a foul before the inbound even happens. And that's exactly what you don't want to do if you're Miami Trace. Yes, it preserves a little bit of clock, but you just send, again, probably the most capable free throw shooter in Hawkins right to the line for 2.
And what's unfortunate is they actually had it guarded pretty well. I'm not sure he needed to hold in order to stay on him. Unfortunately, he did anyway. And
this time, Hawkins comes up short on that first one.
Ends up being a good thing.
Baker back on the floor.
It's a 4-point lead, as again, they take Bowers and they take Baker back into the game. They've been subbing them out, in and out consistently, preserving them with the 4 fouls. Big free throw here. Again, Miami Trace finally starting to hit their stride a little bit offensively. Bowers with 20 points, including that last 3-point bucket. And he can't get either. Big misses there. Now here come Miami Trace. Quickly up the floor. This is Phipps. He'll go to the bucket. Got it for 2. 18 seconds. 2-point game. And it's the final timeout. It'll be a full media. We will step aside. Our last commercial break of this game, barring overtime. 18.9 seconds to go. This is the place to be. What a finish incoming. You're watching OHSAA Playoff Hoops on Total Media Sports. 18.9 seconds. Folks, strap those seatbelts, put on your helmets, do whatever you need to do, grab your beverage of choice. It is a Friday night after all. And just be ready for whatever's about to happen, because anything could happen in these last 18.9.
If you're Miami Trace, go for a quick trap. You don't need to steal right away. You don't need to foul right away. Go for a quick trap here. You got plenty of time.
54-52, Marietta with the basketball, trying to preserve the lead. And this is trouble in the corner. It's Trace basketball. Disaster on the inbound for Marietta. 16.8 to go. Now, do you go for the quick tie, or do you try and be a hero and hit the three?
I think you gotta go towards the hoop at first. If it's inside out, that's a good look as well. But you gotta get something going downhill. Tough spot to inbound from as well here, Ethan.
In the corner, 16.8 seconds to go. Inside, it's turned right back over to Marietta, and it's going to be out of bounds. Oh man! Back and forth we go. Back-to-back turnovers.
It's a heads-up play there from Miller. He came from the opposite side, the weak side, to read that play. The diving, I believe it was Baker who was diving. Really nice read there from Miller to undercut that pass and get it right back.
So now 12 and a half. You got to try and get a quick turnover or a quick foul. And now quickly getting out of there. Marietta's got it with Miller. You got to foul quickly, and they do with 6.5 on the clock. So Hawkins doesn't end up going to the line. It'll be Miller, but Hawkins missed his last two. Miller made both of his. And now he could have the two biggest free throws of the game right here. Two makes would put Marietta on the doorstep. Not quite done yet, but it would put them on the doorstep of moving on to the district championship game in the 4-1 upset, and he gets the first.
Now we talk, if this is a miss, Ethan, I foul immediately. Yes. I do not let a shot get up here from Miami Trace, even with I know there's so much craziness that happened. I foul immediately on the rebound. Do not let them get a shot up to tie this game. If this is a miss, of course.
52-55. Big shot here from Lucas Miller at the line. No good. 6 seconds. Miami Trace has got to go. Here goes Bowers. Quickly up the floor. He's going to put up the shot. No good. Short. Marietta wins. The Tigers pull off the upset in the Convo, and they are moving on to the district championship game. What a finish, what a game. And
what a scene in the Convo right now.
Absolutely. You see the jubilation for Marietta, the heartbreak for Miami Trace again in this building for the second year in a row. They come up short in the Convo. We will take a quick break. We'll come back with some final thoughts, set the stage for our second game of the evening when we come back. What a win for the Tigers. You're listening to Total Media Sports' coverage of the OHSAA basketball playoffs.
Final score.
Meet Jordan Thornsberry with Key Realty, a local realtor who knows our community and cares about helping families find the right home. Whether you're buying your first home or ready to sell, Jordan's here to guide you every step of the way. Call 740-835-1581 today.
All right, last quick thoughts here as you already see both teams gearing out, getting ready for our second game, which we'll touch on that in just a second. But Jake, final thoughts. What an amazing game that was. Gage Bowers with 22. Baron Phipps with 12, leading the way for Miami Trace. 19 for Trey Hawkins, 14 for Owen Riley for Marietta, and it is the Tigers who pull the upset in the Convo, 55-52. What a game.
What a game. What a game for both sides. And Miami Trace has nothing to hang their heads about. They battled for 4 quarters on a night where they're without their best player, without their shooters being on. They found a way to compete, but to Marietta, they found it's all about finding a way to win a ball game in the tournament. It's March, just survive and advance, and that's the name of it. Owen Riley, what a game, what a game. Marietta's ability to crash the offensive glass and compete and bang down low and be physical is what's going to get them through this tournament and continue to allow them to have success. What a game, Ethan, what a game.
They will play either New Philadelphia or Zanesville. That matchup is coming up tomorrow, so they won't know their opponent for next week's matchup until then. But we got another game coming up here. We've got Chillicothe and Jackson, FAC grudge match. Again, the teams that finished second and third in the Frontier Athletic Conference going head-to-head here as we will think about that. Jake, appreciate your help.
Absolutely, make a little shift change here.
Little shift change, and you did it amazing. We appreciate your help. And now we will switch things over to our second stream. We'll just make sure to tune in over on our Total Media Sports YouTube page. We will be live in just about a minute or so, really. Won't be too much longer. Getting ready for this second matchup. We'll say so long. What a fantastic matchup. Final score. What a way to kick off our week here in the Convo. Marietta 55, Miami Trace 52. This has been a Total Media Sports presentation in our Convo coverage, which is presented by Visit Athens County. Thanks again, everybody. See ya in just a second.
Thanks for watching Total Media 2026 Convo coverage presented by Visit Athens County.